West Central's best radio. Hope you're doing all right out there today. Thank you for tuning in to The Diner. We've got a special guest in the studio today. We're going to get to it right away. Folks, we want to remind you, we've been talking about it. The Veteran Resource Roundup is this Saturday. You can join us out there in DeRidder, 250 West 7th Street, Saturday, June 7th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It is the Veteran Resource Roundup. And here to talk with me today is none other than the director of the War Memorial Civic Center in DeRidder, Ms. Faith Scott. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, it's great to have you in the studio today. Always fun to hang out. So tell us a little bit about the event. Been talking about it, going on the bare bones of it. What can we expect out there at the Veteran Resource Roundup?
Sure. We have about 28 vendors that are scheduled to be at our inaugural event, and we're pretty excited, and we know that that will grow. We're already talking about next year, and we've encouraged our vendors to bring door prizes for their tables as well. So we're going to have several VA healthcare experts that will be present, including eligibility specialists from both the Lake Charles and Fort Johnson VA community-based outpatient clinics, and a community care expert in the mobile medical unit will be on site offering on-site healthcare appointments. And there's a couple other organizations, I'll go ahead and talk about them too.
Yeah, let's hit them up.
A peer support specialist from the military to VA transition program will join us, along with representatives from the Veterans Justice Outreach Program, Healthcare for Homeless Veterans, the Intimate Partner Violence Assistance Program, and the Suicide Prevention Program.
Yes, indeed. So a lot of great programs for veterans and resources. And this event is open to veterans, active duty service members, their families, and caregivers. Am I correct?
That is absolutely correct.
All right. Well, tell us what we need before we go. What do we need to know before we go to the event?
Sure. So anyone that is attending, especially the veterans and their families, we want you to come prepared. Think about specific questions you may have, and then bring relevant documents such as discharge papers or benefit statements or your DD-214 or photo ID. You can explore your options. You can take your time to visit the different booths. Be sure to ask plenty of questions. Do not hesitate to ask the representatives questions about their services and how they can assist you. And then network, connect with other veterans and families, sharing experiences and insights that can be incredibly beneficial. And then take your time. There's a lot of information to absorb, so plan to spend ample time at the event to ensure you can speak with the organizations you're most interested in.
Yes, indeed. What made you guys decide to put this event together?
So it was a collaborative effort. Myself and the local VAC, Josh Tolbert, he and I were having a discussion. We had saw some in the similar surrounding areas, and there has never been one in Beauregard Parish. I think there was one maybe in Vernon Parish last year, but it's well needed. Our veterans are very important to us, so we want to get them to know about all the benefits that they deserve and that they've earned.
Yes, indeed. Well, in Vernon and in Beauregard Parish, we are a very military-strong community, so such a deep connection.
Yes.
Some people don't realize just how much of the DeRidder population is impacted by military families.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. They're a vital part of our community.
They
so
are.
It's a great thing that you have out here coming up for it. And so this is the first event, and I've heard you're already talking about next year.
We are. So originally this event was supposed to be in April of this year, but we had to move it to June after getting approval. But we plan to put it back in April of next year. We're looking at possibly the last Saturday in April already. We'll be moving forward, probably announcing a save the date soon after this event is over.
All right. Well, hey, a lot to look forward to, definitely. The War Memorial Civic Center is such a nice building. It's very well maintained and really cool resource for the community. If somebody's never been, tell them what you guys have over there.
Sure. So it is the first off-base USO in the United States. So we beat out Galveston by about 30 plus hours of being the first off-base hours. And that was thanks to the folks in the community. The furniture still hadn't made it, but folks bought their furniture from their living rooms and made sure that there was furniture there ready to go so we could go ahead and open November 28, 1941. And then in the 1990s, Miss Velma Smith donated a large collection of World War II memorabilia because the Civic Center was a USO. It was built specifically for World War II. And so it was renamed. It was called the DeRidder USO building, but it was renamed War Memorial Civic Center in honor of, and what they thought was 46 men, but we now know that there's 51 men from Beauregard Parish that lost their lives in World War II.
Yes, indeed, and they will never be forgotten thanks to the efforts to preserve that rich history. And it is a great building, and it's a lot of great work you do out there. What's most rewarding about working with these veterans and doing events like this?
It is extremely rewarding. The most rewarding thing is just knowing that they have been given the information that they need and any assistance that we can give to make sure that they know that these resources are out there. We want to do that. And then, of course, the Civic Center itself is available for rental. And so it has the 1941 when it was built, and the floors, the original hardwood floors, are still in there, and they're still as gorgeous as ever. So I would love to, if the walls could talk, hear some of the stories from back then.
Oh, yes, indeed. It is a sight to see, to go in there and see. It's so well preserved. So I tip my hat to you and the whole crew out there that have helped maintain that building over the years and keeping it a resource for the community and veterans as well. Now, we were talking a little bit. What are some of the other events? Before we won't go off too in the weeds. Sure. Because you're going to be coming back. Spoiler alert, folks. Miss Faith's going to come back on the radio here in the next week or so to talk about some more events. But what are some other things we got coming up at the War Memorial?
So coming up, we have our annual 5-cent Coke float sale.
5-cent Coke float?
1 nickel. You can get a Coke float that is 1941 prices, and so we bring back the nostalgia for that. And any proceeds that if you donate more than a nickel, we use those proceeds to buy giveaways and door prizes for our Veterans Luncheon that's held in November. So yeah, Coke Float is coming up the last Friday, June 27th.
And the proceeds to that go to the Veterans Luncheon.
Goes to the Veteran Luncheons that we do on the first Friday in November of each year.
And you were telling me off mic that you guys had a big turnout last year to the Veterans Luncheon.
We did. So we're looking for that again. I'll be back to talk more about that once we are able to get more details.
All right.
But I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Yes, indeed. Well, folks, once again, I'm going to hit the time and date for you. We've been talking about it, and it's time to be about it. Veteran Resource Roundup, connecting veterans with vital resources. Come on out and have a good time with us on Saturday, June 7th. That's calling all veterans, active duty service members, families, and caregivers. Get connected with the programs and resources that you need, and that's going to just make your life better, and hang out with us. We're going to be out there broadcasting live as well. It's going to be a good time had by all. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the War Memorial Civic Center, located at 250 West 7th Street in DeRidder. That's this Saturday. All right. Well, Miss Faith, I appreciate you coming in the studio with me today. Thank you
so much for having me again.
This has been the Diner today. We've got a whole bunch more guests coming up on the Diner this month, so you'll want to tune in. We're tweaking and making a few changes to the program, as you may notice, but we're making things bigger and better, and got more excitement on the way. Sign on to Today's Country 105.7 on Facebook and keep up with all the information, and you can do the same for the War Memorial Civic Center. War Memorial Civic Center is on Facebook, and if you need more information, you can call Miss Faith down there at 337-463-7212. All right. Well, thank you. This has been The Diner on West Central's Best Radio.
KVVP Leesville, DeRidder, Today's Country 105.7.